We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a
Why?
Well, I come over here to read. I got this book here. I come over here to read The Night Before Christmas.
Aha, very good.
You know, for the kids. Well,
Yeah.
for anybody, I
Oh,
suppose.
for
but
the little
especially
ones.
for the kids, yeah.
The little ones, about 25 to
You know what's nice?
100.
You know what's nice is the kids get that Christmas candy sometimes.
Yes,
you know?
they do.
I wish sometimes somebody would give me some Christmas candy.
Yeah, as opposed to the children. What about the older
well, no,
children?
They don't have to take it away from the children necessarily.
Right.
You know, well, I mean, if they have to, I suppose. But,
Oh, sorry, kids.
But, I mean, just let me have some, too. That's all. You know.
Yeah, I think it's a great service that you do.
Well, I don't want them to get all sugared up, you know, Tim.
Right.
But sometimes the best way to keep your kids from getting all sugared up, you know what it is?
Don't give them any.
No, you got to take some of their candy and eat it before they can. So they don't get a chance to get all sugared up.
So, what are you talking about here, Bob? If the
Tim,
neighbors have given the kids chocolate, you eat it instead.
It's a thing you do for your kids, Tim. Sometimes you got to step in and make the sacrifice.
Right.
You don't want to eat that Snickers bar or them, them Hershey bars.
You die with chocolate, maybe?
Or them suck on them really good peppermint. But sometimes you got to. Put them in your pocket. Take them to work because, because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, because you don't want your kids to be imbibing all that sugar.
Because they're going to be hyperactive.
It's bad enough when they sneak your whiskey.
Oh.
Off the track, Tim.
That's right.
I was told that you might get off the track, and I might have to steer you back out.
I have a tendency to stretch my conversations to quite extensive.
Well, do you want me to?
I'd like you to read The Night Before Christmas for all
right,
viewers.
now, Tim, see if you can. Well, anyway.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Just put. I might need your help with some of these here words, Tim.
All right, go ahead.
Hang on a second now. All right, let me see.
No, I got my glasses out.
It says copyright. Oh no.
Oh, can't read that. Well,
'Twas the night. What does that mean there? 'Twas, Tim. Do you know?
sounds like some sort of kinky thing to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Ain't this supposed to be for kids?
Hey, honey.
'Twas. What does 'twas mean, Tim?
Suppose two women and a guy getting it on together.
'Twas the night before Christmas. Why didn't he just say it was the night before Christmas? That's probably what it means.
Yeah, that's probably to make it sound a little more plausible.
When all through the house.
All through the house.
Not a creature was stirring, Tim. Not even a mouse, Tim.
Well,
Ain't that good?
I have a problem with this next one. The stockings were hung. That doesn't sound good. You read that.
This is what I'm reading from here, Tim. I don't know what you're looking at there.
All right.
You might have just fucked everything up, Tim.
Well, that's all right. You read from there then. Go ahead.
People know that. What I'm trying to say, without being rude, is
rude.
I'm working with limited resources. Let me put it that way. All right. So, damn it.
So damn it.
Fucking Tim.
So damn it. Fucking
Tim, you son of a bitch, you Tim. Damn it, Tim.
Keep reading here, whatever the hell you're reading.
So Tim, the stockings were hung, Tim, by a chimney with care, because they were hoping that St. Nicholas would soon be there.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works.
Yeah, and the children, they was all snuggled in their beds, while visions of sugar plum was dancing in their head. You know what sugar plums are?
Hell no.
Well, they are, you know what plums are, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't exactly. What is a plum, Tim?
It's a fruit.
Oh, so sugar plum is probably...
Bing, 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 bing. They're dancing in their head.
Dancing. Probably, maybe it's a piece of fruit covered in sugar or some such.
Right, yeah, dancing in their head.
See, I understand some of this old language here, don't I think...
Dancing in their head.
Stop, Tim.
Sugar plums dancing in their head. Go ahead, Psychic Bob. Continue on.
So the children was nestled in sugar plums, and Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap. Well, no, not me personally. It's the fella who wrote the story.
Right.
What's his name?
Mama in her kerchief. Is that all she's wearing?
Well, I think she might have had...
this guy's sick, dude.
All right, Tim, don't spoil this for the kids, Tim.
Go ahead.
Now, Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap, see? We had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap.
Brains?
Apparently. Apparently back in the old days, you had to keep your brains warm.
Oh.
Settle your brain. I know. That's why I wear a hat, Tim, because I like to keep my brain warm.
Your brain worm is a good idea.
It just seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
So anyway, we laid down for the long winter nap, then went out on the lawn, Tim. There arose such a clatter. Well, he says, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. And away to the window, he flew like a flash. Tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the
moon on the breast.
No, Tim, come on now, Tim. That's not dirty talk. This book was written back in 1800s. They didn't know how to talk dirty back then. At least not in the book. You know, people might have talked dirty, but they never wrote it down, Tim.
And this sounds like a little bit of kinky stuff going on here.
Can I finish the story now?
Go ahead and finish. Go ahead, Psychic Bob. Keep going. Turn the page there. Get on to the next.
I ain't ready to turn the page. If you was paying attention, you would know I am not ready to turn the page. You're kind of spoiling this for everybody, Tim.
Come on, get over with the damn thing.
Especially the kiddies.
Jesus, he ain't a quarter of the way through it yet.
So anyway, he went to the window. He flew like a flash, Tim, and then he tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
He threw up the sash.
Yep. Then the moon on the breast of the new fallen snow, Tim, gave the luster of midday to objects below.
The luster of midday?
You know what that means, Tim?
No, I don't.
I think it means that he could see in the moonlight.
Really?
Sort of, because you ever see when the snow is just falling?
Yeah.
It ain't got time to get dirty yet.
Right.
So it's real sparkly, crystally like. And then if he shine a light on it, it's like, woo, it's like really reflecting. Because it's, it's new Christmas snow. So when the moon is out.
Moonlight? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This guy's got it all wrong. There's no moonlight.
Tim?
There's still sun behind that moon.
Tim, I think it would be best if you were to be quiet.
All right, I'll shut up.
So he tore open the shutters. He saw that there luster of midday on objects below. Okay? And then suddenly, what to his wondering eyes should appear? But a miniature sleigh, Tim, and a tiny reindeer. That's what it says.
I'm not going to talk.
That's what it says. I'm just telling you what it says.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm mad.
So, just stop, Tim.
Shut
Now,
up.
with a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Nick. What does that say, Tim?
What, Saint
What is
Nick?
Oh, that's Saint?
Saint Dick.
Saint Nick.
Ah, I thought it said Saint Dick.
No, Tim, that ain't Saint Dick. That says Nick.
Ah,
You
Saint Dick.
So means saint?
Right.
Well, then it says Saint Nick.
That is correct.
Now, continuing on.
Go ahead.
More rapid than eagles. His coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Tim.
Asshole and doctor.
What do you think that means, coursers? There, Tim. What do you
Coursers.
think
I don't
coursers?
have. They whistled and shouted. They called them by name. Come on, you jackasses.
Apparently, see, Tim, they're more rapid than eagles. You know what that means? They're faster than eagles.
They're quickly.
I don't know how fast eagles are exactly, Tim, but I know.
The slightest idea.
I think they're
I don't know.
probably pretty quick, though. So whoever this feller was, this here feller that we seen on the lawn,
Right.
must be pretty fast.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see now. Oh, and yeah, he called them by name. He says, now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. You know what those are names of?
Nope.
The names of the reindeer, Tim.
Sounds to me like they're names of cars.
No, Tim, those are the names of the reindeer, not cars.
They're cars, I tell you.
No.
It's a Ford, it's a
Well,
Chevy, it's an
The
Impala.
Comet might be one, but I don't think the others are.
Yeah.
Now, he says, to the top of the porch, Tim, to the top of the wall. Well, he didn't say to the top of the porch, Tim. I said Tim. He said to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now, dash away, dash away, dash away all.
What they all do, leave?
Well, he's got to get going. As the dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, Tim, they when they meet with an obstacle and they mount up to the sky. Well, I don't understand what
They
that means.
mount to the sky.
Anyway, it says, so up to the housetop, the coursers they flew. There's the coursers again. That must be his reindeer or the coursers.
Yeah.
Unless he's got something else besides reindeer.
Maybe he's got a couple of really good looking women up there.
Let me see, I lost my place, Tim.
Oh, you're at number you're number 31 there. Yeah.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
go ahead. Yeah,
Thank
pick that back up here in the book there.
Thank you very much, Tim.
Yeah, number
So,
31. All
Then
right.
in the twinkling, it had a sleigh full of toys and a St. Nicholas too. And then in the twinkling, I heard on the roof, Tim.
On the roof.
It
Oh.
says, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof.
You heard it on the roof.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Well, I'll be damned.
And he, as I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney, Nicholas came with a bound.
Bing, 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 bing,
When you
bing.
say
Plop.
means is a saint. Oh, all
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Saint
Nicholas, yes.
came with a bound, Tim.
He came with a bound.
Came
What's
down
that
with a
mean?
bound. Well, I think it means he bounded down the chimney.
Bing, bing, bing. What about all that soot and stuff in there? How the heck did...
It says he was dressed all in fur, Tim,
Oh,
from his head to his foot. And he was,
yeah. Number 34 there, you're only... number 34 is where you're at. Number 34.
and it says, Tim, that, actually it says, shut up, Tim.
Oh, stick it up your chimney.
So it says here, Tim, he was all dressed in fur, and his clothes was all tarnished with ashes and soot. There you go, see?
That's how you got down.
Now, listen to this here. This is
Yeah.
the good part, Tim. He had a bundle of toys flung on his back. You know what it means to flung? When you flung something, Tim?
Hey, you want to flunk around?
No, that's not. It means flung. When you flung something over your,
What's that, carrying your winch home after a night at the bar? Flung it around?
yeah, all right, Tim.
All
So
right, go ahead. Yep,
he looked like one of them there peddlers, Tim, who just opening his pack. And his eyes, they'd be twinkling, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, and his nose was like a cherry.
Ah.
That's what it says here. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow.
He's probably doing coke.
Oh,
Yep, that's it.
I seen those Coca-Cola commercials, but I don't think in this story he drinks any Coca-Cola.
He's
Tim.
probably doing coke.
No, I don't. Maybe, maybe.
How do you
it's
think
back
he
in the
spends all
sun.
that night flying around the night sky without a little bit of help?
In this story, Tim, he is not drinking Coca-Cola. Will you be quiet, please?
All right. What number are you on here, Psychic Bob?
I wish you'd shut up.
Oh, stuff it up your twinkle toes.
And so he looked like a peddler, Tim, just opening up his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, and his dimples, how merry. His cheeks like roses, his nose like a cherry, Tim.
Yeah.
And his droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow. And the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. He held the stump of a pipe he held in his teeth. And the smoke encircled his head like a wraith, Tim. How about that?
Well.
And then he had a broad face and he had a little round belly, Tim. And he shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
Get another number.
He was, he was chubby and plump and a right jolly old elf, Tim.
Yeah.
And I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink in his eye and a twist of his head gave me to know I had nothing to dread, Tim. So he spoke not a word, but he went right to his work. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he filled all the stockings, and then he turned with a jerk. I almost thought it said he called me a jerk. No, he turned with a jerk.
He wouldn't call Psychic Bob a jerk.
Not me, the feller who wrote this story.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Samuel Moore, feller.
Yeah, Moore.
Clement Moore.
Clement Moore.
Will you shut up, Tim?
Oh, read on then, damn it.
I'm almost done. Can I get through this without...
Keep going.
And laying aside a finger at his nose,
The
Tim,
finger up his nose.
he gave himself a nod and up the chimney he rode. Will you just be quiet?
He sucked himself right up there.
Right, well, know, I expect some kind of Christmas magic involved. You know.
Yeah, hey, Rudolph there, send down the damn rope, will you?
So up the chimney he rose, and he sprung to his sleigh, Tim, and to his team gave a whistle. And away they all flew like the down of a thistle.
What's a down of a thistle?
I'm not quite sure, Tim, but that's how it was. So
Is that how that's written?
you might have to Google that. I don't know.
Right.
But anyways, let me get to the rest here now. He says,
Yeah.
I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Yeah, well, that's a very good reading of that.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm very excited you've gotten through all that.
Yeah, I just...
extremely interesting.
It wasn't easy, Tim.
Oh, very good. Psychic Bob.
I kept, the whole time I was doing the reading, I kept getting this feeling that there was some insect, some kind of bug, some kind of pest was, buzzing in my ear and saying stuff that was annoying to me.
It looks like it's crawling in your hair. I can see it.